what else are some cool beyond kind of the standards that you guys then can run on the MapR data platform?
Yeah, it's a great question. So one example is we announced a partnership with HP around Vertica, and Vertica actually runs natively on the MapR platform by leveraging these capabilities. I mean, it's at the end of the day, it's a read-write database, right? It needs a real storage system underneath in order to provide the full range of capabilities that it provides, right? On Hadoop. Other examples are things like Solr and Elasticsearch, right? Our customers, they if you look at from an integration standpoint, they use tools like R and SAS and low import-export utilities from Teradata and from Oracle, and they can use all these tools with MapR in a very easy way because they just mount the cluster, and those tools have existed for 15, 20 years. Everybody in the company is familiar with how to export from Teradata, and they can just export to a file, and that file just happens to be on this data platform.
Yeah, cool. So let's talk a little bit about MapR as a company and the history. So you guys are located in the South Bay. How big are you guys now?
So we've crossed 200 employees.
And all your engineering is in the Bay Area, or you said it's all?
Yeah, the majority of the engineering is in headquarters here in San Jose. We've actually been taking over suites in the building and just leased our second building. So a lot of expansion there. It's hard to keep up. We have a small team in Hyderabad in India. We have support teams actually in several different countries, including of course U.S. headquarters, but also we have support staffed in India in the same location as our engineering team there. We have a support team in Japan as well. So, so yeah, it's very international.
And what's as a putting on kind of the entrepreneur here as a product manager, what are your biggest challenges and how you overcome them in such a fast moving market?
Well, there's a few different challenges. Well, one of the challenges that I think we all face now is just hiring. So I spend a lot of time recruiting, obviously. But in terms of the product, I think the key is to stay kind of focused, right? And there's a lot of distractions in this space, both from a company standpoint, different things that are happening outside, and what should we do about this? What should we do about that? But at the end of the day, I think the really important thing is kind of focus on the customers and what are they trying to achieve and what do they need in order to achieve the next set of use cases and be more successful, right? So that's really where you have to focus. And so I spend a lot of time with our customers and prospects and just understanding, what they're doing, what their use cases are, what challenges they have, and what do we need to do?
They usually, to me, if I talk with customers, and I love our customers and what they're doing, but they frequently come back and say, "I need a faster horse," instead of saying like, "Oh, I want to get faster from here to here." Right? They always have like, "Oh, you can do this by use that SourceForge project combined with this GitHub, and then hey, I wrote a little code. Why don't you put it in the product?" Kind of thing, right?
I think the key is to really understand what their problem is, what they're trying, what they want to be able to accomplish versus kind of just how do you want it solved, right? Because if they don't see everything that you see, right, and it's not their core business, right? They're not spending all their time thinking about these different technologies and what can be done, right? And so a lot of times they'll ask for something specific, but you kind of really need to understand that what they really need is something else, or if we had this something else, we'd provide them with that value, but also provide a lot more value to 10 other or hundreds of other companies. So
at Database, our product got bigger, the team got bigger, and what basically goes up is kind of coordination cost between the team, right? So you kind of slow a little bit down from an engineering perspective. How are you guys, really keeping the productivity high as you crazily scale the company?
Yeah, it's a good question. I think we all wish engineering teams would scale like Hadoop does, right? Linear scale, right? It's just 10 people do twice the amount of work as 5 people.
Jesus. Let's figure that out, how to do that. And then,
but I think the key there, what we've done is we've kind of divided it into teams. So we have teams for these various Apache open source community projects. So we've a large engineering investment there, and then we have a separate group that kind of manages the is responsible for the resource management and MapR use. And we have another team for the file system, one for the kind of the integrated database. So, and then another one for management. So we try to keep it into teams that and keep very clear and consistent APIs between them, so they can kind of develop independently.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's a challenge like every other company.